Guys, Rascal here, and we're doing a sort of trail walkthrough, but we're taking Outlaw on the trails this year for the walkthrough. Don't really know how this is going to go, but we're going to go do. And I'm going to let y'all know now my trails are not finished, they're not fully opened, but I wanted to get kind of a video out before I done a photo for the Magnatfied photo comp that's out right now, the trail photo comp. Anyways, here we go. We're entering on the Skeeter Creek trailhead. Alright. Okay, guys, I just changed camera angle. Sorry about this shakiness. I'm having to readjust this phone in my hand. Alright. Now I'm going to come over here and get in good and close for my friend Magnet so he can watch and see this. Well, it didn't do what I was expecting it to. It's doing it now, though. Alright, y'all didn't see nothing. I know I need to be careful doing this bit, because though I have a receiver box in there, it loves to get filled up with water. Well, dang. Alright, well, I don't feel like sitting here all day trying to get that going. Guys, I'll say this much about using old creek bed. You got at least 6 lines you can choose as to which way you really want to go through one obstacle. Because as for this spot here, I could have went through the water, and I could have drowned my truck again, because it's well over chassis. That puddle's over chassis deep, so. But it's all good. And those of you who are on the Magnatfied forum and know I was complaining about the receiver getting drowned, I let it sit for a week without me trying to run the truck, and it's back to doing this. So it's working again. And if those of you there are wondering why I keep wanting to go from, why I like Spectrum, but I'm also wanting to jump back and forth between Spectrum and Fly Sky, is because I'm running a Fly Sky unit. It's a rebrand, but it's a Fly Sky unit. Alright. Now guys, I'm not going to take y'all on the long way around and then come back. I'm going to take y'all to... Alright. Because here we have the option for Skeeter Creek Loop, which we'll come back to. And we're going to take North Trail. It's North Trail because it's the one that's, well, it's North Loop actually. But yeah. And I was just catching up on Magnet's live stream. Sorry about the turn away, guys. I have a wider line I have to walk through on this trail than my truck, because I can drive it right up under the tree. Anyways, I was catching up on Magnet's live stream the other night. The one he done last night, my time last night, his yesterday afternoon. Technically it was this morning, my time, early, but still. Oh, while I'm here and at this turn, I had started last year, and I'm gonna finish it up again this year. It goes right over to just over yonder. A little short trail I was gonna call Beach Trail, and then build me a little beach over there on the creek. Just something that's kind of like a little, hey, we made it, hang out kind of thing, then go trailing later on. It's one of those things, something little scale thing to do. I plan on doing anyways. Now, so y'all know I cut North Loop in last year, and I haven't actually finished cutting it in this year, but I'll show y'all what I'm talking about in just a second. I really want to say a big shout out to my local municipality for coming in and destroying the entire area I had the trail in. The only thing I hate about logs. They get caught up between the axles and the suspension and everything else. And so y'all know, guys, this is the first time I've had a truck out on North Loop this year. Y'all notice something? Yeah. It's a freaking clearing. They cut out a lot of my trails. And my trails used to zigzag through right where I'm going now, on a fairly straight line. Sorry guys, I had a bit of a vine wanting to hang up on the rock slider, so I had to hold it down. So yeah. Anyway, I was watching and I got to the point where just after where Magnet had just stopped on his whole thing about music on the trails. Funny thing is, I've been thinking about doing a build for a while, mostly for myself, as doing like an old Blazer build and putting a Bluetooth speaker in it and maybe getting an MP3 player. As well for it. I do it up in a military olive drab green look, so it has that true 80s US military feel to it. And the truck's name would be Sergeant Cadence. And that would be simply to put music in it that plays either slow for when I really just want to go slow crawling, or maybe some EDM at about 120 beats per minute, something like that. I know y'all look at me when I do the face cam and listen to me talking, you're like, oh, you just old country boy. Well, I listen to every type of music there is. Yeah, I'm just old country boy, hillbilly, but I listen to everything. Well, I will give you this as my one and true opinion. Any man that, or any person that will close his mind to any one thing is truly not experiencing as much life as he can in as short a time as he can. Now, I'm gonna stop the truck here and tell y'all that I'm thinking about, and ain't done yet, thinking about cutting in a trail right here. I walked it, it's a pretty good spot, and it has a rock pile, so I don't have to build one. Anyways, back on North Loop. All right. But, yeah. And also, while I'm thinking about it, we had a thread on the Magnatfied forum that was entitled, "Have you ever retired a truck?" As soon as I get where I can buy me an SCX 10.2 kit, Outlaw here is going to be retired. And the only reason I want an axial SCX 10.2 kit to retire him with is so I'm retiring him by one of his own. You know, I don't feel like I'm buying a cheaper truck to replace a good truck. And the trail I was about to go down, I don't know. I'll come back to it. But I was going to take y'all on, well, I got two trails right in here. I got Valley of the Shadow of Death, and then I got Ridge Runner. But they tie back in together, so but I don't really feel like taking them right now, because then that also means I gotta, well, you know what, guys? They ain't fully cut in, neither one, but we're gonna run them anyway. From where the truck currently is back up, I'm leaning the camera back a little bit. It's just it's a backside of a pond dam in a spot that has done kind of eroded over the years. So, yeah, back to crawling. Now, guys, some of the last videos I have done and put up with my trailing this year were actually not from my normal trail area. So, sorry, guys. I get watching the truck and not the camera. I guess what I need to do is get similar to like my buddy Black Diamond and just get somebody, pay somebody to run the camera for me while I'm out here doing the driving and all that. You know, I still do the whole final watch of the thing and the YouTube uploading, but have them just to run the camera instead of me run the camera and they do all the uploading. Again, guys, this spot here is so overgrown, it is not funny. It's amazing what a year's worth of stepping away from a trail will do for you. My big slew foot back out of the way. Another thing I hate when I'm crawling is briars. But the reason I hate briars is you can't get a good skill shot when you're in them because your foot's always right there beside the truck holding the briars down. I don't think I'm going to be getting any good skill shots today when we're out here doing this. Hang on, guys, I got something. Only bad thing about being 6'3", you got to cut your trails about 6'4" or a little more. More of these stupid briars. Worst part of all is I got to line it up to drive it over my foot to get it to come over to some of these briars. Yeah. Ow. That's not a good spot to get a briar. In fact, ain't nowhere a good spot to truthfully get a briar. We're back out on North Loop. That was Valley of the Shadow of Death and Ridge Runner Trail. Ridge Runner Trail was the one where I was mostly bitching about the briars, but alright. Back on North Loop. I made this one a little different this year. Sometimes I have it where it goes on one side of the clump of trees. Sometimes I go between the trees. This year it's between the trees. Next year it'll probably be beside the trees or around the trees or something else, because I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to have to go rescue again. For tea. More freaking briars. I told y'all my trails wasn't finished yet. I gotta come through here with a sling blade or something and lop a lot of this little scrub brush out. Now, used to, this trail went down and it zigged and it zagged and it wigged and it wagged all the way back over, but now I forgot I had to make a right-hand turn because that crap there is too overgrown for me to try and cut my way out of, so. And not that it's overgrown, most of that, it's just it got pushed into, everything got pushed into everything. Much as I would like to have had this truck swapped over to a hard body, I'm honestly glad it's still Lexan, because otherwise that would have been a busted grill big time. But I will admit, I do want a kind of a more scale Class 1 truck. You know, I've been building this as a recovery rig. The idea was to build this more so as a recovery truck, so when Bud 90 got stuck or whatever, I have a recovery truck. Also something cool just to haul the damn Defender around behind. And before I take Outlaw out again, when I get back to sitting around the workbench, I got to take that front end, the whole front axle apart, and put it back together again with Loctite, because they have multi-piece steering knuckles. Yeah, there's some cheaper axles. I got the set for like $100 shipped. Well, not even $100, $90 US shipped. And the only complaint I have is they don't have Loctite. They're all metal and they don't have Loctite. They came no grease and no Loctite. So I got to go in and Loctite the knuckles all together. And let me get up here to where this trail forks again. Alright. Now, the trail forks here and zigzags around to go across the Robert E. Lee Natural Bridge. And then that's Far Creek, and it goes all the way up. And Ridge Runner and Valley of the Shadow of Death cross that dry creek bed and tie back into the trail, into North Loop. So, I mean, not North Loop, Far Creek. Yeah. Anyways, let me turn the wheels here. Right in there, I don't know if y'all can see it. Sorry about that, right there. The horn there that the tie rod connects to is loose. So, ain't nothing a little Loctite can't fix. Great, I'm stuck again. Now guys, normally I would try to drive the vehicle out rather than recover it like that, because I try not to recover unless I have to pick it up. And I just stumbled on a piece of fat lighter. So, that's one of the big jump there. One of my worst nightmares. Yeah, all my little sticks and stuff I had piled up on this thing year 4 last to make doing this here easier have either rotted or been carried away by animals. So, all right. Does this count as cheating, guys? Yes or no? Little something on one side and a little more something on the other side. Oh well. And a few more sticks on this side. Something to get the tires to grip into to keep them from wanting to go under the log. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Yep. And normally I'll have the leaves and stuff raked off of this trail as well, so there is that for consideration. And yes, I do mean raked. I don't have a blower to blow them off with, so. And we're back to this part of Skeeter Creek, and then I'm going to ride down this way real quick, and then we'll look at something, we'll come back. And I know with the amount of trails I've lost this year, we'd be about 10 minutes. Now we're on Far Creek Approach, and what I was saying just a second ago, we'd be about 10 minutes further in to a video if I hadn't lost all those trails. I know what that sound is. I have got a piece of pine straw in my motor. That's going to be fun cleaning that out. Now, this is about as far down to the Far Creek Approach, Far Creek Connection as I've gotten this year, and it's still not cleaned out. I've got to come in here and do some heavy clearing, but it's to the point on the other side I can't even access from the other side, so that's what I get for letting the trail go for 2 off seasons and 1 on season. I let Far Creek go last year because I didn't have a truck to be able to run on Far Creek and then cross back. So I'm gonna have to finish fixing that. But for what I got in mind, for what I really have in mind, Far Creek's going to become the first trail I turn down before too much longer. I got to get it cleared out and set in, but I'll show y'all what I'm talking about in just a second. A few minutes, and we'll get up here. Yeah, guys, a lot of times I zigzag my trails just because I don't feel like cutting through a bunch of crap. So, anyway. And the reason I'm going to make Far Creek one of my first trails is because North Loop comes out here and it lines just about dead straight with where I'm going to put my bridge. Which that's what I was talking about. See, I got Outlaw parked as close as I can get him to where I want to put my bridge. I'm going to line him up straighter with where I want it at. Alright. I think that's about the line I'm going to put the bridge on right there. So now it is clear enough to where I could take and come up and go north loop first, or if I don't have a waterproof truck, I can always, and that's the main thing I wanted, was so if I didn't have a waterproof truck, because Bud 90's not going to be exactly a waterproof truck. And until I do something different with the receiver, Outlaw himself is not full submarine capable. Oh, great. There we go. Just enough traction to spin it backwards. Turn around and start up the exit heel. So, for somebody who was talking about the Traxxas TRX, and comparing the TRX6 to the HGP 601, box stock, yeah. I will say box stock, rough terrain, the Traxxas may have it because, well, you're paying for a lot more upgrades that you're not getting on the HGP 601. Like, for instance, the Traxxas has a metal frame. Sorry, guys, I need to put it on this. Anyways, I'm going to finish up this thought, and then I'm going to go take photos for the photocom. The TRX6 comes with a metal chassis. It comes with high quality, well, I say high quality, it comes with quality oil-filled shocks that occasionally leak. I know Traxxas' reputation on that. I haven't actually had the thing, so I can't tell you exact. But, And I do know this, that the tires and wheels on the HGP 601 are not the greatest in the world. So, really and truthfully, I would still say, if you watched that video of the guys comparing it, and you thought, oh yeah, the Traxxas, that's the way to go. Think about this, guys. For what you spend on that TRX6, in the overages, you can take and buy the HGP 601, the metal frame rail upgrade. You can buy better shocks, better tires, better wheels. And at the most, you got a 6x6 that comes in at, what, $300 US versus $600 US. Y'all's choice. All right. Enough of a tangent on this. I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. As always, peace. Catch y'all in the next one. Magnatfied link down below. And if y'all are wondering why the jacket, well, thankfully, Sunday the weather broke. It turned off wet. And then today it turned off cold. So, I'm happy. I got water in the creek. I'm happy. All right, guys. See y'all later.